So the devs came through and just dropped a bunch of information, some of it being stuff we already know and some being stuff that we haven't heard before. I pulled all the stuff that at least I hadn't heard before and tried to throw it in this video to save you guys some time. I am going to try to go through this pretty quick, but I am saving some of my favorite things for the very end of the video, so make sure you stay. Anyways, let's get into the changes that they mentioned. One of the things they talked about was their plans to add in lower level expedition mutations and kind of their thought process on it. Basically, if you were to like go into Amarin, it's a lot shorter than things like Genesis or Lazarus. So they were talking about adding on a length of time or maybe some more bosses to it, and definitely needing to balance the rewards that we would get from doing expedition mutations of like a lower level. So they're basically just weighing in what's going to make it feasible for them to add them in and possibly have them coming in the future. Speaking of the future, if you don't know, you can test new things early in the PTR. They talked about how they're going to go about doing the PTR in the future. Basically, they said they messed up in the early PTR and made it only 7 days. They talked about how they want to have at least 2.5 weeks of PTR testing before going live. So we're going to be able to look forward in the future and know when a PTR comes out that we're not going to be seeing the live patch for at least 2.5 weeks after that drops. This is important to note so that way you know exactly how much time you need to be putting into preparing for things that you know are coming in the PTR. They also talked about the February patch and the February PTR, so not this one with the mutations, but the one after that. They said that it's not a content patch, that it's basically a big bug fix patch. So we're going to see a lot of bugs being fixed in that patch, but not a lot of things being added into the game. As a content creator, that's kind of sucks for me because it means there's going to be less things to make content on, but as a fan of the game overall, I think it's going to be a good step for the game, and we're going to get a lot of cleaner gameplay out of it. Speaking of bugs and issues, they did mention that they banned over 9,000 bot accounts, and they're managing to find a way to crack down harder on bot accounts with their report system and stuff like that. But they also mentioned a few big game-breaking bugs that they have fixed already, like drowning on land and not being able to level up your faction rep after you switch factions. A big one they talked about was a housing persistence issue that is happening. Basically, that's what's halting the server merges. So if they were to merge servers, you would basically lose your house. So they definitely want to fix that before they open up server merges, and they want to make sure that they take it slow, and they want to not break more things when you merge servers, and they want everything to go smoothly so they don't have to take steps back and have to fix things while also trying to move forward. They just want to make everything push out forward in a smooth motion, I guess. But they did mention they're going to do some more server merges, and after they do those server merges, they're going to allow for server transfers. So if you're looking forward to that, that's coming in the future. Another thing that they don't consider a bug that they're touching on, but they want to fix, are weapon desync issues. They said this is a top priority right now, but it's not like one issue that's causing desync. It's a bunch of different small issues, so they're going to have to roll it out over time. It's not going to be like one patch is going to fix everything. It's going to be like, okay, we fix this desync, and then the next patch they fix this desync, and then they're just going to have to keep going and working their way down the list, but they are prioritizing it to have like the biggest impact players be fixed first. So hopefully we'll see some pretty big cleanup with the desync issues. On top of that, they are going to be changing the way that weapon swapping is being queued up, so that way it is more reliable. So that way if you press the weapon swap button, you're basically guaranteed that you're going to switch your weapon. What they did mention with that is that it's not going to animation cancel, so you're still going to have to finish your animation and wait for that window to open up for your weapon swap to go off. They said if they were to make it animation cancel, it would change a lot of things in the game, so they don't want to do that at this point. They want to roll it out with the way that things are working now, get it working smoothly, and then if they have to change it in the future, then they'll change it, but they want to see how it's going to work with the implementations that they have right now. As far as balance changes goes, they did talk about the Great Axe, the Rapier, the Ice Gauntlet, and the Fire Staff in particular. They said their balance is pretty close to where they want it, so there are going to be some small changes coming. They don't want to do any major overhauls because they, like I said, they think it's pretty close, but they're going to be working on changes to make sure that things aren't drastically over or underpowered, so that's really good to know. They also touched again on small scale PvP being something that they want to dive more into. They said arenas are like basically a guarantee going down the pipeline. We're going to be finding it, and it's not like anything coming super soon, but they did mention that it's going to be released incrementally, so it's not going to be like one giant arena system drops at once. They're going to add it in piece by piece and kind of build off of a base that they lay down in the beginning. We've got mutations coming really soon, so to make sure you're prepared for that, I put together a video that covers everything. Check it out here. I hope this video was entertaining or helpful or whatever you were hoping to get out of it. Anyways, my name is Marcus, and thanks for watching.